Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Capricorn, very interesting. I usually have 2 candles burning for every reading, and one of the candles just burned out. Now, I've been doing readings. I just did 2 readings, so it's been burning for a minute, but there could be something in your life where you're just like, something is over and done with, that you've had enough. I see you being fed up with something, and you've had enough, and you're just blowing the candle out on it. Take it as it resonates. Maybe that will come back in the reading. We're going to be using the Muse Tarot for your reading and the Elemental Oracle for the overall energy. Why was that so difficult for me to say? I have no idea. I totally stalled on Sagittarius too. I went to do their intro and I just was like, just kind of got caught off guard. This reading is for Capricorn. Capricorn. Spirit, what do you have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Thank you. The number 33, which is a master number. That's beautiful, Capricorn. And the word is ice. And the word above it says purity. You can see this character kind of asleep, frozen in time is what I just heard. So stark these 2 halves are, how different the energy. Are you being cold about something? Are you being... Do you have to be? Is somebody not giving you a choice? 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards of clarifier. I'll pull more if I have to. Well, the first card, you got the Sun in reverse, so maybe there is a coldness here. I have a co-worker, and she's very famous for saying this one phrase, and the phrase is, no choice. No choice. Sorry, that flew straight across the floor. No choice, no choice. Okay, all your cards are out. Spirit just told me to look at the bottom of the deck, so I will. 3 of Inspiration, 3 of Wands. I don't think this card has come out for anybody during these series of readings. In the upright, we can see here that there's this pile of dominoes. I do want to note, though, that there's this kind of it's interesting, right? The line of dominoes doesn't match up in order to trigger. There's a space, there's a gap here. It's like starting in the middle. You started in the middle with something. And then there's like a portal energy right here. So obviously we think of dominoes, domino effect. I've never played dominoes, so I don't know the intricacies of the rules of the game, but maybe you do. 3 of Inspiration talks about waiting for your ships to come in, having made a decision, and then waiting for the results of that decision, right? Which would make sense, because it's like you started in the middle of something and now there's like a ripple effect. But in the reverse, it kind of shows me that, you know, in the subconscious energies, because I pulled this from the bottom of the deck, it's in the subconscious energies, it's kind of like, you know how this ends. You already know how this ends. It's like you're not waiting anymore. You already know what the answer is. So take that as it resonates. In the past energy, you have the Sun card in the reverse. Even though in the reverse, I like the Sun card. The Sun is extremely powerful. It's one of the most powerful cards in the tarot. Number 19, Major Arcana, represents fire energy. Mainly Leo, but so there could be Leo prominently in your chart, or you are dealing with a Leo. But it typically represents illumination, life-giving energy, abundance in all its forms, right? Shining a light on something. And in this particular deck, well, it was reminding me in an earlier reading that I did of the Sphere in Las Vegas, you know, that new music venue or performance venue in Vegas, and U2 is currently performing there, and they have this amazing visual effects show, and it kind of looks like this. But for you today, it looks like a kaleidoscope. So it's almost like I'm looking through the barrel of a kaleidoscope, and I can turn it, and I see all of these infinite patterns and Fibonacci sequence and all of these kind of intricacies, right? Like that, the dominoes, and you see people setting up domino stations that, like, they can be tremendously labor intensive. I would not have the patience for that, right? But you got the Sun in reverse in your past energy. So it's almost as if to say, also clarified by the Queen of Inspiration, the Queen of Wands. So for an earth sign, Capricorn, you're starting off with some fiery energy here, but it's in reverse. It's almost like that, thank you, Spirit. It's like that flame that blew out. It's like the candle, the tea light that I had that blew out just as I was starting your reading. Like there's like a quietness that you've like silenced these energies. I want to ask you why. Why did you silence them? Queen of Inspiration is the Queen of Wands. Typically beautiful energy, somebody who is self-confident, knows what they have to offer, feeling very, very protected. We see the leopard here, but also, you know, intimately connected to the cosmos. So we see the pyramids here, and there's like kind of cosmic situation happening there. Getting downloads from Spirit. And in the reverse, Queen of Wands can sometimes be angry, frustrated, knowing what they have, but being forced to take it underground. Something like that. Are you being chased? No. Metaphorically? Is there some kind of pressure of life that's bearing down on you, and you just want to kind of hide away, sneak underground? I mean, these two energies could not be more different, right? Especially even the monochromatic palette of this card and the vibrancy of these cards, they're so incredibly different. I'm going to ask for a clarifier, like, why did you blight out this passion, this, that's so strange. I picked up the deck without looking at it, and I shuffled it face up. I shuffled it in reverse, which I hardly ever do. Muse of Voices. Okay. Muse of Voices in this deck is the King of Swords. This is very much in keeping with this energy. Cold, calculating, strategic. So you purposefully, just like reaffirming to me, Spirit's reaffirming that you blew this energy out. You just were like, we're getting too hot to handle. Things are getting too hot. We have to cool it down a little bit. I have to like calm things down and not be so emotionally invested, not be so fueled by my desire, and looking more at the cerebral, the strategic, just the facts. Very, very cold energy. Still dynamic in its own way, and we can see that here with this horse kind of barreling down, but there's a coldness, and it's on purpose. It's on purpose. So in the current energy, you have the Four of Inspiration, which is another Wands energy, Four of Wands, which is sometimes known as the 1111 card. I just heard twin flame, so you may be dealing with a twin flame. Doesn't resonate for everyone, but you know, I'm just now noticing how many kings you have in this reading. You have 3 kings. And 3 kings came out for another sign, and I said, we 3 kings be stealing the gold. That movie, 3 Kings, with Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney. What a random movie. Anyway, Four of Inspiration talks about a solid foundation. Can talk about a celebration of sorts. Celebrating this coming together, this building energy. It's a building energy. It's clarified by the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, major arcana. Whenever I see this Death card, I'm reminded of the Moth energy. It's weird, when I said moth, my throat chakra closed up a little bit. Almost like it's a secret that you don't want anybody to know about you. The Moth energy, I always attribute my definition of the Moth energy to one of my favorite tarot readers on YouTube. Her name is San Tarot, and she always talks about the Moth energy as being like a link to the underworld. Right? Remember I said you have to take it underground? The underworld, the psychic energies, the otherworldliness. So is it difficult for you to see yourself as a psychic being? Because this is what Spirit is telling me right now, right? It's almost like things got a little too hot and heavy because I was starting to pick up on some vibes. But the King of Swords energy, the rational side of my monkey mind, wants to just say, nope, 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 we're not looking at this. I don't have prophetic dreams. I can't see the future. You know, I can't read energies. I can't, you know, that's silly. We're just looking at our firm foundations here, nothing more. And I'm being kind of facetious in my speech for a reason, which is to say, Spirit is showing me very clearly that you have these powers, because there's like there's like a revealing, an unraveling, and an emergence of this energy, a rebirth, right? Death and rebirth. What is it about this psychic energy that is so intimidating? Okay, 2 cards came out. Queen of Emotions, which is Cancer energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer. Queen of Emotions is somebody who, look, I mean, even here, Queen of Emotions is all about like heart space, right? You can see here, this flowy heart space. But in the third eye crown chakra area, very connected to Spirit through the crown chakra, through the mind space. It's just a different kind of, see how this is, I noticed right away, this circular motion is mirroring this circular motion. So it's kind of like, can we graduate from this to this? Can we take it one step further? Are you able to? It's hard, but it's like Spirit wants you to unleash. It's like, unleash this energy. This Queen of Cups, Queen of Emotions, is very loving, giving, wears their heart on their sleeve. Very mothering and intimate. They kind of incorporate everyone into the fold of their family or their soul tribe. And further clarified by the Page of Materials, Page of Pentacles. These two cards came out together. So it's like, you know, I asked Spirit, what's the hesitation? Why are you in denial of, you know, and take it as it resonates. If this doesn't resonate for you, then it's probably not your reading. But I see somebody here that's intimidated by their own power. This is what I see. Not their rational side. You're very, very in touch with that. But they're like psychic energies and psychic powers and watery realms. Because it's like Page of Materials, Page of Pentacles takes a small step forward towards something. It's like you don't even want to take a step towards this. You know, because it intimidates you. That's okay. You do what you want. But I kind of feel like you're missing out if you do that. Like you're missing out on such a crucial part of your divinity. Because just because you're intuitive, let's say you're intuitive, doesn't mean you have to announce it to everybody. Like I tell people, I'm like an intuitive person. I'm very proud of that. Like I'm a very grounded person, but I can also read a room. I can read energy. I can read energy faster than most people in the room with me. But it's not to say other people are not intuitive, but I can pick up on these micro signs just immediately. And that's an incredible skill to have in business, right? We can be talking about material world things, you know, in family dynamics. Just because you have these energies doesn't mean that you can't make them work for you. And you don't have to tell anybody about them, but you do have to acknowledge that you have them in the first place. We all have them. But they're coming to the fore for you. It's like, it's almost like you want to keep them under wraps. You want to keep them in a hibernation state. I don't know why though, Capricorn. I feel that you're so powerful. And so I don't... What's the hesitation? It'd be so crazy if the Judgment card came out. Nope, not the Judgment card, but the Five of Voices. You feel like somebody's going to use it against you. Five of Voices, Five of Swords is playing at winning at all costs. Playing to win, winning at all costs. In the upright in this card, you can see literally an olive branch, like trying to make peace, but you got this card in the reverse. You feel as though if somebody finds out just how intuitive or magical you are, that they're going to use it against you. Maybe someone already has. Maybe it runs in your culture. I just saw that. Maybe there's something in your culture that is very superstitious. I mean, I come from a culture that is very, very, very superstitious. So they totally believe in stuff like this. So maybe you come from a culture where, you know, if you know, a lot of cultures don't accept tarot at all. They think that it's kind of messing with God or messing with, you know, that human beings should not be doing things like this. And, you know, that's their right to think that. I'm just reading pictures here, you know. But, and it's your choice to believe it or not to believe it, but I just feel like it's coming up for a reason. It's very, very important. And not a typical Capricorn reading that I would get. Your parents. Is somebody like look down on you for expressing this side of yourself? I just feel as though if you don't express it, you're limiting your abundance. And because if we're just living in a world where like things have to make sense all the time in a rational way, I mean, that just seems like so colorless. You know? But the word here is purity, maybe, and the number is 33, so maybe you're just going through this phase where you just need things to make sense. Because maybe they haven't made sense in a really long time. And you feel as though you're going down a rabbit hole. I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that, because now they're showing me the flip side of it, right? Where, you know, especially on my twin flame journey, it was like, I think this is, like, I was getting so steeped in it that I was like almost brainwashing myself, and I was like, I don't believe in this twin flame thing. This is BS, blah, blah, blah. And then Spirit showed me something that it was irrefutable. And I will spare you if you ever want to hear that story. Just watch any of my twin flame readings. I'm sure I talk about it somewhere in there. It was absolutely irrefutable. And then I had to shut up and just accept it, because Spirit just showed it to me. I could not contest it. I could not contest my spirituality anymore. I could not contest my gifts. They just exist, as do yours. But Spirit is kind of like cautioning me, not you, me, and to say, it's your choice, you have free will. But they are bringing it up because it's a way for them to connect to you. It's a way for your higher self to connect to you, right? You have you, and you have your higher self, your soul in the 5D that wants to connect to you, that wants to help you on your human path. In the future energy, I do see Muse of Emotions. So now we have the King and the Queen of Cups, King and Queen of Emotions, clarified by the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, I mean, in the future energy, it's going to be really difficult for you to accept the spiritual side. I don't know, has it disappointed you lately? Muse of Emotions is Scorpio energy, and it talks about an individual who feels tremendous feelings, has a depth of emotions underneath the surface, but they aren't necessarily expressing those emotions. They're expressing something else. The expression looks completely different to what's riding underneath, which is what's going on in this card. I see this starfish, the star. Anytime you see a star in tarot, it represents healing and wish fulfillment. And I see this starfish kind of sitting right at the root in the sacral chakra and the root chakra. So hidden deep within is this healing energy. But like on the surface, it's all fun and games and drinking and kind of merriment. And yeah, we're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. But there's a rejection here of Spirit. The Hierophant is the Pope of the Tarot, Major Arcana number 5. There's a little bit of a rejection. Pull a clarifier. That was quick. You got the 7 of Voices in the reverse. 7 of Voices in the upright is the 7 of Swords. This is sneaky energy. You can see the foxes here. You can see this feminine figure dressed up. She's got a fox as a head. It's a little bit of sneaky energy. It's procrastination. It's delay. It's denial of something. At least for me, and at least in this deck. It's not always that, but it is for me in this deck. But you got this card in reverse. So Spirit is kind of saying, eventually, see how her expression is kind of ho-hum in this one, and then really intense eyeshadow in this one. You see here how there are pyramids here? Anytime I see pyramids, I think of ancient wisdom. The kind of shaman and ancient wisdom side of you is revealing itself. A little bit, whether you like it or not. And just as I said that, I saw 2424 on my timer. A little bit of, well, we need to face up to some things and not be sneaking away from it or rejecting it. In your future energy, sorry, that was your future energy. In your advice from Spirit, you have the King of Inspiration and the King of Wands and the 4 of Emotions. Again, Capricorn, Four of Emotion, it talks about an apathy. So you can either choose to see this as a glass kind of half empty, or you can see this as this like beautiful offer from spirit, like love or friendship. The Four of Emotions, the Four of Cups, talks about the Ace of Cups being brought in by spirit, right? Ace of Cups is a new opportunity in love and friendship and family connection, soul tribe. And you can see this character here, she's just like this. She's just kind of like a little woe is me, to be honest. And it's clarifying the King of Wands. So, yeah. Okay, thank you, Spirit. It's like you have all this fiery, passionate energy, but you're walking that path alone. And you see here, there's that pyramid again. You're walking that path alone. It's almost like we have free will, but there's also like a destined blueprint for your life, and you will reach that clarity eventually. Right now you can't see it. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you're not up-leveling. It doesn't mean that you're not evolving, but it's like a choice point that you're in right now. I don't see the Lover's card here, but you're in a choice point right now, and it's pretty crucial. It's pretty powerful. Four of Voices, that's double 3 and double 4. Please take that as a synchronicity. Four of Voices is like a rest and recuperation energy. Four of Voices is having healed from the Three of Voices, which is the Three of Swords, the heartbreak card. Okay, so you could have really experienced a great loss or a great trauma, and where was spirit is what I just heard. Through that hardship and through that sadness, where was spirit? There's doubt, and you're in this space right now. In this card, this is advice from spirit. Spirit is saying it's okay, take your time. We know that you can't see it. We know that you can't see this coming together. Take your time. You have to heal. We understand. There's Saturn here, snuck in last minute. Saturn is the planet of restriction and constriction and father time. We have to play nice with Saturn, right? We have to play by the rules sometimes, Saturn's rules. But when we do that, when we put the effort in, we will be rewarded for our diligence and our patience and our temperament. So that's your reading, Capricorn. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Capricorn.